everyone, this is Kimmy from the Thrifting Sisters, and I just wanted to do a check-in with y'all. It is Friday, February 10th, 2023, and how are you guys' sales doing? So if you're new here, I'm Kimmy. I am a reseller, which means I buy and sell, flip items online in order to make a profit to help pay my bills, y'all, and support my family. I've been doing this for over 10 years, and my two sisters are also on this channel, who also flip. They joined me in the hustle and the reselling game in order to help support their families as well. And I have been doing this a long time. I've, kind of done a lot of different things over the years. And, honestly, I was looking at some of my number comparisons and I got a little alarmed at the difference in my sales from last year to this year. Now, I do think there is some logical explanation and some reasons behind this, but let's start by going over some of my sales. Last year, January, I did just on eBay about $2,500 in sales. And I just finished January on eBay. And of course, I do sell on other platforms. However, my sales were only $1,700. And in comparison, that's a loss of about 1/3 of my sales compared to the same time period last year. Now, I will say that I worked really hard to get my listings up, and I wanted to get to 1,200 listings, and I did. All of January, I was in the 1,200 range. I'm working towards 1,300, which is more than last year. So January usually is a fairly slow month for me, just historically over the years, because I think after Christmas, people are broke, right? We're all broke. We spend too much money on Christmas and traveling and all those things. However, I think this is one of the worst Januaries I've had in many years. Not just a normal slowdown, but a significant slowdown. Not just in my head, y'all. This is statistical. It's in my sales data shows that and proves that it has gone down tremendously. Now, I haven't added like a million. It's not like I doubled or tripled the amount of items I had online, but I do have more this year than I did last year. So logically, you would think just the same amount or more listings available, I would have the same amount of sales or more, and I don't. And it's actually starting to become a little alarming. My early February has been rough. Slow, man, slow. Now, some of the things, I personally believe that the economy is just horrendous. Inflation has been hurting us for 1 to 2 years now. All of our food costs a lot more than it has in the last few years. The last 1 to 2 years have been terrible. Feeding my kids costs a lot more. Driving to school costs a lot more. The gas is still high in my area. We're still in the 3 range, which is more than it had been previously. So those are two really logical things that have gone up substantially in the last couple years, that basically all Americans use, right? We all buy food. We all have families to feed, if not just ourselves and our spouses or our cats, our animals, whoever. And we all drive places, right? And so all of those things are more expensive now. And our disposable income is shrinking, which means we have less money to spend on all the fun stuff, including clothes and purses and shoes and, things that aren't a necessity. And I think that's really starting to hit the economy right now. And I think it's really starting to hurt us as people. Me personally, I could tell you, y'all, that things are harder now than they were last year, and especially the few years before that. This is a very trying time even for me. So check in. Tell me what you guys are doing out there. Are your sales the same, worse, normal? Are you working harder to make the same? Because I feel like now I have to really up my item count in order to be able to make the same amount as last year. Could it also be that there are more, resellers in the game? Maybe there's more items out there for sale. more competition. Maybe other sellers are lowering their prices in order to just move things, you know, so that they actually sell things. So then the pricing needs to go down. Lots of, you know, things going on there. All in all, I don't think it's a very good situation. All we can do is smile, right? Let me know how you guys are doing. Let me know what your sales are like, what you're seeing, what you're doing to try to make a difference, how you feel, you know, just check in. I have been talking to my mom a lot about this in the last week. She also sells online, and things have just been abnormally slow. And actually my sister said that too. So I would love to hear from you guys. Check in. You know, we just got to keep pushing on, right? That's really one of our only choices, is to keep hustling and keep listing. And check in. Let's all try to help each other. If you got any tips, any suggestions, I'm all ears. I've been relisting and delisting and regular listing and updating my listings, and I don't know. Hopefully it gets better. Let me know. Check in. We'll see ya.